Welcome back out to the shop. We're back from our vacation to Tennessee. It was a great, relaxing time. The weather for the most part was pretty good. We had a couple days of rain, but nothing too terribly bad. And my wife took me antiquing, which I have to say that's the first time we ever been, and I'm kind of glad we went. Found some of it was antique, some of it's not, but everything was pretty cool. We picked up this sign, of course, America, the land of the free, and it's going to go in somewhere on the wall here. I've been collecting stickers and stuff from other YouTubers, and that's been sending to me and stuff, and picking them up when we go visit them or see them. And I have a space above the sandblaster. It's about the only blank wall in here, so everything else has got something on it. So we're probably going to put a white tile board up there, and this is going to go up there, and some other stuff like that. But we picked this up. I mean, it was like $8, $9. It wasn't much, so it looked pretty good, and I think it's going to look good in here. And some other stuff we found, and this wasn't even something we were really looking for. My wife noticed that who was it? I reckon it was Adam, was getting oil cans, and she said, would you like to have some? And I said, well, I only want some of the piston type. And so they were hard to find, but we went around looking for them, and I wasn't going to pay much over a couple bucks for them, but they look cool. I think this was $5, so that's one. I might have went a little overboard. But if I found them, I like them, and you always need an oil can. So instead of hunting one for a machine, I figured I'd put one at every machine. So what do we got here? And they wrapped them up so pretty. Oh, this one had stuff in it. This one had oil in it. Leaked everywhere. So here's an Eagle number 28 in pretty good shape. So we'll definitely use that one. Definitely use that one. And they all have the small hole on them, so I really like that. So I got a camera up here, so what else? There's another one. Well, this one's got oil in it too. So but I reckon it made going antiquing with my wife way more interesting. So I even got her hunting them now. So she found a couple of them. So there's another one, and it's full of oil, so we'll clean that one up. And then the last one, but I said shoot for, I think the highest priced one I think was $8 or $9. What the heck, you can't buy one like that with that kind of quality now. And then probably my favorite kind of these kind, it just maybe I can wrap my hand around it better. But there's another one. I don't know what brand this is. It's kind of nasty, but we'll clean it up. So that's that. And then I found these oil jars, and I know these are reproductions, but I had never seen them before. And I hate the way those plastic jugs look, and these are kind of cool looking. So, and then it made it even better. My wife found these. These are glass oil jars, and they're pretty neat. I'm sure it's just steel, made to look like copper, but they're pretty neat. But the thing that got me interested was it's got my name on it. Huffman Manufacturing Company, Dayton, Ohio. And I'm sure these are replicas, but they're still pretty cool, and I'm going to use them. I'm not a fan. I mean, I like to look at stuff and put stuff on shelf, and I have some stuff from past that other stuff like that. But I like using stuff, so we're going to make us a shelf, and we might even put a light in it so it kind of lights up everywhere. But we're going to make a shelf and stick it over on that same wall where the TV and stuff's going. I mean, not the TV, the tile board, and we're going to use it. And these were like, they were 29, and I think my wife talked them down to like 25, but I got 4 of them, and I might get more. I mean, I got all the one that said the Huffman on it. My name's Huffman, gotta have them. So we're going to put these up for sure, and we got 4 of those. So and they're, you know, they were all in good shape. There's other brands, Resto and Texaco and Run with the Star and all that stuff like that, but I, you know, I was particular to these, so I got those, and you know, it looks really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna use them. So I know I have dark cutting oil, I have whey oil, 20 weight lubricating oil and 30 weight lubricating oil. So all the stuff that goes for the machines around here, and then we might even get one for, I don't think I'll get one for WD-40. Maybe, you know, if it, why not, you know, who knows? We'll see. We'll see how they work with, definitely with the oils. So with that, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a little bit of cleaning up on the table. I decided just to go with the camcorder today, and I got a GoPro mounted up overhead, so give me some over the table shots, I hope. It's mounted on a little scissor thing, what do you call it, a jib, like a jib crane, but or just an overhead jib, so I can pull it around over the table and put it in various spots. Hopefully we might, you know, work on that a little more to give just different shots. So with that, we're going to move the saddle out of the way. I need to get the apron down here, and we're going to start taking it apart. But first I need to clean this table off really good. I don't want to confuse parts up, so we're going to get the stuff that belongs with the carriage, we're going to get it out of the way, put it all together on a corner, kind of clean the table off, just get it ready to go. So, you know, either today or tomorrow, I hope to have that apron completely tore apart, and we'll get the painting on it if it needs to be painted, or we'll get to putting it in the parts washer, one of the two. It looks really, really good. Of course, you'll see it when we start taking it apart. So anyway, let me clean up the table and we'll be back. All right, so here we are, back at the apron. Figure out what kind of glasses I got on here. And the first thing we're going to try and do is save this nameplate. I don't much care about these pins, but the nameplate, I do really want to take care of. It's brass, it looks really good. You know, I might have to get the old chisel out. So let me grab a chisel and I'll be back. All right, we're back. Let's do this round two. We're going to try and slip the chisel just underneath the edge to lift it up just a hair. There we go. And then once it's lifted up, you can about get it, just an old pair of dikes, and kind of ripped it right out of there. It didn't even mess that pin up. So we can reuse that if we need to. But I'm probably going to buy all new ones. This is a nice plaque here, probably the nicest one on the lathe. So there it went. Usually just a pop with a chisel, and then like I say, an old pair of dikes where you can just kind of get up underneath it and lift it up. It comes right off. And this chisel's, you know, kind of, I'm not going to say old. Well, it's old, of course, but it's just, I put a very, very, very sharp angle on it. I mean, it's probably 20 or 30 degrees. It's not a lot. And I really don't care if I damage the edge or not. Matter of fact, I kind of hope it gets a little U-shape in it, because you can get it right on the edge of it, and it makes popping them out really easy. There we go. This one might be a little pain in the butt. Go. So they just lift up enough where you can get these dikes, and you can, you know, the natural shape of these, they you know, it's a ramp, so it pops right up. So you just got, you know, put a little rotate and a little squeeze, and it usually pops right up. So there we go. That's that. So it's in good shape, really, really good shape. So I don't think we'll have any problem cleaning that one up. We'll probably clean it up the best we can, spray paint it black, and then kind of do the old sanding thing on the top of it, or, you know, get all the high spots off of it. So it looks good. And what I'm going to do is, if I can find them, where my Ziploc bag's at. So all these pieces here will go into a Ziploc bag, so they don't get misconstrued with anything. Not that it really matters, but I'm going to order all new pins and stuff anyway. But I do that, and then it goes in the bucket with the apron. Matter of fact, let me get another bucket out here. And this is going to be all apron parts here, so nothing gets construed or misplaced. So let's go ahead and clean this up a little bit. And I usually just use hand wrenches and stuff like that to break this stuff free, but this big nut here, I think I'm going to use the impact on it, just so I can get that little brrr to begin with, you know, to open it up. So if it doesn't come right off, then, you know, plan B. Hopefully plan A works though. Plan A worked really good. No plan B on this one. Now figuring out how to get that sucker off of there. I don't see anything else holding it on, so maybe we'll get lucky and just use a puller and get it off. So, or should I lay the smack down on it with a dead blow? Oh, let's give it a shot. See if it comes off. That's a washer. Whew. Had me worried there for a minute. No, not going to get that lucky. Alright, so let's go get the puller. I'll be right back. Alright, so I went and got my rinky-dink puller. It's the best I can do right now. Hopefully, you know, if I'm lucky, everything else has been coming off pretty good. So, it's, you know, it's worth a shot. So, you know, well, would you looky there? I reckon that dead blow hammer worked. Look at this. How lucky can you get? Can you believe that? I'm not believing that. Kenny Lee, I mean, if you're looking at this, man, this is not pre-planned. This lathe is coming apart this easy. I can't believe it. So anyway, that's off. So here's a Woodruff key. That one's in there, so we're going to leave it. There's a bearing right there. So let's flip this sucker up right quick. And what I'm probably going to do is just polish this. I like the look of it. I think I'm just going to polish this up. Hopefully, you know, we're going to get this this handle off of it, and then we're just going to clean it up really, really good and polish it up. That's my goal with all of these parts here on the front. All the machine surfaces, we're going to leave them alone. The handles will be painted gray, and this will be left the way it is. I like the shiny look of it. So, all right. So let's get this thing put back up on the top here. Oh. And let's see what else has got to come off. All right. Let's have a really quick look right quick. Alright, so that's the main carriage feet over here. And then this one must be the cross slide. Yep. And then the half nuts. Well, there ain't a lot of movement in that sucker. Of course, I reckon all it has to do is engage. So, let's see what we got to do. How far apart are we going to take it? And here's all that wicking I was talking about. See how it's just poked down in the holes? Kind of everywhere. So should we start on the back side first or start on the front side first? Let's start on the back side. So let me flip this around over here. Lay it down, sort of. And just take a look and get a good overall picture of what this thing looks like. Of course, I got two cameras rolling too, so I dang sure don't want to forget how any of this goes back together. This is probably the most complicated thing right here. So it looks like all of my 9/16 stuff. Let me grab a bit here and get a gun. Verify that. And somebody had mentioned, you know, my sockets and all that stuff in that back in that board, how it was organized. And all I did back there on that board was take a piece of 1x2 or 1x3 and drilled a bunch of holes in it and canted it on a 22.5 or a 30-degree angle, I can't remember, then screwed it in. And all my bits are always in there. And I think that goes back to working at Freightliner. When I first started there, you know, we pretty much bought our own tools back then. And we had, you know, the first time I ever seen an impact gun was an old Makita. And I proceeded to buy them every time we've had them. And then I switched over to DeWalt. And I like these 12-volt ones because they're not heavy. And they'll do just about anything I want to do here. But somebody had said something about my sockets. Well, these are just cheap. These are Harbor Freight sockets. And these sticks, I get them, you can get them anywhere. But the ones I get are from, shoot, I was just up there at Pigeon Forge and can't remember the name of it. There's just a little tool store. They have deburring bits and I mean, it's just, you know, a quarter a piece bits. And so I always grab a handful of these. As a matter of fact, they're out in the truck. Or if we don't get done today, I'll show you a bag full of them. But I think they're $1 a piece. I mean, they're dirt cheap. And instead of always having to find holders and stuff like that, I always keep a complete set from, I think it's 3/8 to 3/4. You know, you can buy the cheap Harbor Freight ones, or if you want to spend money on a good name brand, that's up to you. But I just use the cheap ones from Harbor Freight. They're good enough for that little drill. And then these things, they're always ready, so I just got to reach over there or go over there and grab one. Uh-oh, well, there it went. And these little 12-volt ones don't put enough impact on it really to hurt anything. So I'm gonna lay these out how they come out, just so I can kind of in case one's a different length. Thought one was going to be stubborn, but it came out. So far, they're all the same length. These are the two short ones, and they hold the half nut in. So we got that. We got that. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab me a punch, and I'm going to punch some witness marks on this thing so I know that it goes in exactly the way I took it out. So I'm going to put that sucker back here, grab a punch, just anything. Well, I'm going to grab anything with a point on it, maybe. And we're just going to put one little witness mark right there on the corner. Right there on the corner. So now I know when I go to put that thing back together, that's the way it goes. Alright. Now, let's see what all needs to come loose of here. I got some set screws right there that hold the gears for this. And that's the feed lever for reversing the feed screw. So, take a look at that. Alright. Hopefully these come off fairly easy. Ooh, them's going to be a little tighter. Not bad though. Like I say, I want to document all this because it's got to go back together. So that's why I said I really don't mind if I take up the whole table on this one. I don't know how intricate it is in there. You know, it's the brains of the outfit right here next to the headstock. I think the headstock might be a little more intricate with all the gearing, but alright, so that's that, and that. What do you think? Locating downs there. Alright, that's coming loose. So, I'll tell you what, witness mark. We're going to put one right here. there. A better one. There we go. So that's that. Yeah, it's just got some schmoo in it. It's not bad. It's got 2 dowels in it, locating pins, so that's that. Get these gears out of here. And, of course, that's got to go in that way. No choice there. We'll clean all this up. So let me lay this over here on the table. Like I said, we're going to put all this together one piece at a time. Or, you know, take our time and do it right. So, let's see if we can get this handle rotated. There we go. Alrighty, where's my little chisel at? See if it's going to come right apart. Yep, okay, that came apart. That came apart. Take a look in here and see if I'm going to screw something up major. If I am, somebody's probably yelling at their TV right now. That came right off. Let's just continue easing it then. So far so good. There. That one. Alright. Grab a pry bar. Alright, I had to turn the camera off because I was saying some words that aren't YouTube appropriate. So, anyway, we're back on it. So I think I finally got it. There was a cover here that had to be pulled out, and there was a a retaining bolt in there. So now we're back on trying to spread it apart. And it actually looks like it might go this time. So we'll turn the camera on anyway. We're gaining space anyway. Let's put it that way. Alright, there's that. Let's leave that one in there. Let's find another pry bar here. I don't like using pry bars and stuff because, you know, it is cast iron, so that's all we need is to break something really good. Let's trade them out here. Let's leave you in. Alrighty. Gaining a little space every time, so trying to make sure nothing's bound up and everything looks like it's pulling out even. So we're just going to keep on keeping on. I might have to end up using every pry bar and every screwdriver I can find. But I definitely don't want anything to break. So I'm going to take my time. Have a look over here. That's how it's going. That's how it's going. Everything looks really good. Alright, what's got me held up? Something's got it hold pretty good. Hopefully it's just old. Let's tap it back. Well, it's got to come apart now. I got schmoo holding it apart. So. Can't imagine how that comes apart any more than I already got it. Alrighty. There's the top. Don't see anything holding this thing. What the hell? I got a gap everywhere, so here we go. I don't want to get my big pry bar because then, you know, I might just put too much George butt on it and that'll be the end of it. So there we go. There we go. I think that side's about out. Something up on the top's just got it held. Something fierce. That side's about out. Oh, everybody that's ever had one of theirs parts going, hey, you need to do this. Laughing at me. Whoop. Maybe. Looky there. There went the bearing out of the front. Wow. I'm telling you what. It looks really good. There's a nice little wine of shaving. It looks really, really good. So, even the bearing, golly, the bearing is really in good shape. That is so surprising. A little bit of, no slop at all. Shoot, for as cheap as they are though, we're replacing that. So it looks really good in here. Maybe I shouldn't have had to, well, it's dirty. Other than dirty. So here you can see just some schmoo that's in it, but golly, nothing bad. So, ooh. Oh, magnet. Whew, thought something fell out of it. Anyway, so while we got it this far apart, we're going to go ahead and look at it, inspect everything, and clean it up, and then we're going to put it back together. So, it looks really good. There's not hardly any crap in it. That's so surprising. So the Purple Power did its job. We can go ahead and pull out all this extra wicking and get all this wicking done up the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, this is looking good. So let me get this cleaned up and then we'll bring you back. Forgot to put gloves on. Should have noted.